Hey there, and welcome. So, if you're anything like me and you believe there's no such thing as too much garlic in a recipe, then you are in for a treat. Today, we're diving into a really fun garden adventure. We're going to cover everything you need to know to grow your own amazing, super flavorful garlic right in your own backyard. Okay, let's get right into it. I mean, it kind of feels like magic, right? Taking one single tiny clove and turning it into a whole new bulb. But honestly, it's one of the most satisfying and surprisingly simple garden projects out there. We're going to take that one little guy and turn it into a full bulb with, I don't know, 6, 8, maybe even 14 new cloves. And trust me, it is way easier than you think. All right, so every great story needs a hero. And in our garden story, that hero is the garlic clove itself. But before we can even think about planting, we've got to pick the right kind of hero for our particular garden. So you've basically got two main families of garlic to choose from. On one side, you have hardneck garlic. You can think of this one as the tough guy. It's way better for colder climates and can handle those harsh winters. It actually gets its name from this hard, woody stalk it sends up, which is called a scape. And oh man, we're definitely going to talk more about that delicious bonus later. Then on the other side, you've got softneck garlic. This is probably the kind you're used to seeing at the grocery store. It's perfect for warmer places, you get more cloves in each bulb, and that soft, flexible stem means you can store it for a really, really long time. We're talking like up to 8 months. So where do you find these little garlic heroes? Well, your best bet is to start with something called seed garlic from a place you can trust, like a good nursery or an online seed company. And you might be wondering, why? Well, it's because the garlic you buy at the supermarket might have been treated with something to stop it from sprouting. Now, sometimes you can get lucky with organic garlic from a farmer's market, but for the absolute best results, you really want to stick with garlic that's meant for planting. Okay, so our hero is chosen. Awesome. Now it needs the perfect home base to get started on its mission. And for our little garlic clove, that home base is the soil. Getting the soil right is probably the single most important thing you can do for an amazing harvest later on. There are really just 3 keys to success here. First, garlic is a total sun worshiper, so you've got to pick a spot that gets at least 6 hours of direct sunlight every day. Second, it absolutely hates having wet feet. The soil has to be loose and drain really well. So if you've got that heavy clay-like soil, you might want to think about using a raised bed. And third, garlic is what we call a heavy feeder. That means you want to mix in a whole lot of compost before you plant. Think of it like a superfood meal that'll get it through the fall and all the way to spring. You know, garlic is kind of special. Unlike most of the veggies we plant in the spring, we actually plant garlic in the fall. You're aiming for about 4 to 6 weeks before your first big frost. This gives it just enough time to get some roots down before it snuggles in for a long, cold, and really important winter nap. All right, it's time for the planting mission. Just before you're ready to plant, gently break that bulb apart into all its individual cloves, and make sure you leave that papery skin on. It really helps protect them from rotting. Then, take a close look at the clove. You'll see a flat part, that's the bottom where the roots grow, and a pointy end. That pointy end always goes up. Just poke a hole about 2 inches deep, drop the clove in, and cover it back up. Simple as that. Now listen, don't crowd your heroes. If you want big, healthy garlic bulbs, each clove needs its own personal space. So plant them about 4 to 6 inches away from each other. And if you're planting in rows, try to leave about a foot between those rows. That gives them good airflow and helps keep any diseases away. Okay, so once all your little cloves are tucked into the soil, there's one last step. You're going to cover the whole bed with a thick, cozy blanket of mulch. I'm talking a good 2 to 4 inches of straw or shredded leaves, even grass clippings work. This mulch is so important. It keeps the soil insulated, protects the cloves from getting too cold or too hot, and it holds in moisture. Seriously, do not skip this step. And that long winter nap, well, that's actually the secret ingredient to a great harvest. There's a sciencey name for it. It's called vernalization. Basically, garlic needs a good long cold spell. We're talking about 10 weeks below 45 degrees Fahrenheit or 7 Celsius to trigger it to form a proper bulb. Without that essential chill time, you'll probably just end up growing one big round clove instead of a whole head. So you can see how this whole adventure just builds over the course of a year, right? We plant in the fall. The cloves take a long nap and grow roots all winter. Then in the spring, these beautiful green shoots pop up and grow tall. And then finally, in the summer, we get to cash in at harvest time. Yeah, it's a long game, but it is so worth the wait. So when the weather finally starts to warm up in the spring, your little garlic heroes are going to wake up and start growing like crazy. This is when we need to do just a little bit of maintenance to help them get big and strong, and maybe even sneak an early bonus snack. Your spring checklist is actually pretty simple. You want to keep the soil moist, but definitely not soggy. That steady moisture is really key as the bulbs start to form. You'll also want to keep the area free of weeds so your garlic isn't competing for food and water. And finally, giving them a little extra compost on the side in the spring gives them that extra boost of energy for the final push. Now for that bonus snack I mentioned. If you planted a hardneck variety, then in early summer, you're going to see this curly flower stalk or scape start growing out of the middle of the plant. You have to snip these off. When you do that, it tells the plant to send all its energy back down into making a bigger bulb. But don't you dare throw them away. Scapes are absolutely delicious. They have this mild garlic flavor, and they're amazing chopped up in salads, stir-fried, or even made into a pesto. You know, garlic is also a fantastic team player in the garden. That strong smell it has naturally keeps away a lot of pests, like aphids, and it can even help keep rabbits and deer from nibbling on things. This makes it a great companion for plants like tomatoes, peppers, and all your leafy greens like lettuce and spinach. But it's not friends with everybody. Some plants, especially things like beans and peas, and also asparagus, their growth can actually be stunted if they're planted too close to garlic. So it's just best to give those guys their own separate spot in the garden. After months and months of being patient, we are finally here. This is the most exciting part of the whole adventure. The sun is out, the days are long, and it is finally time to go uncover the treasure we've been growing all this time. It is harvest time. But this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? How in the world do you know exactly when your garlic is ready to be pulled out of the ground? Because if you harvest too early, the bulbs will be tiny. But if you wait too long, the bulbs can actually start to separate in the soil, which means they won't store very well. So here's the trick. You have to watch the leaves. The garlic plants will give you a really clear signal. When the bottom 2 or 3 leaves have turned yellow and started to dry up, but the top leaves are still nice and green, that is your signal. That's your cue to go. This usually happens sometime between June and August. It just depends on your climate and when you planted. Now, when you harvest, don't just grab the stems and pull. You want to use a little garden fork or a trowel to gently loosen the soil around and underneath the bulb, and then you can carefully lift it out. Brush off the extra dirt, but don't wash them with water. And now for the final, absolutely critical step, curing. You need to hang the garlic in bundles or lay them out on racks in a shady, dry place with good airflow for about 2 to 4 weeks. This drying process is what lets you store them for months and months. And there you have it. From one single clove to a beautiful, pungent bulb of your very own homegrown garlic. You did it. You successfully completed the mission. You are now officially a garlic guru, ready to fill your kitchen with flavor that you grew yourself. You see, growing garlic is a journey of patience, but it pays off in the most delicious way possible. It really connects you to the seasons and proves that sometimes the most powerful things really do come in small packages. So, with all your newfound confidence, what garden adventure are you going to start next?